Guys, if you want to learn how to go from this image, okay, where the enemy jungle's ahead, the enemy mid laner's ahead, and the enemy ADC has 4 kills, and you have a Zeri top for whatever reason. You want to go from this to this, okay? I'm going to show you right now. Okay, it is 6 a.m. Almost 6 a.m., okay? And that is how you know this is going to be a good video, because I'm making this at 6 a.m. So you guys always ask on stream, okay, what do I recommend you guys play in like gold, platinum, or whatever? Because you guys show me your OPGGs on stream, and then I see you guys play Ezreal, I see you guys play Caitlyn, I see you guys play like Ophelia. So I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is not, you're not gonna be able to carry like this. So I mean, you could, okay, but like, I would not suggest playing something with more finesse like Ezreal in gold. Okay, you want to brute force, and everyone's always like, okay, what does that mean? And brute force, by brute force, I mean something that you can easily all in with. You can identify clear damage patterns and apply them to the enemy team's face. I don't know what my cat's doing. She's playing with a plastic bag. Anyways, yeah, you want to apply your damage to their face and kill them when you see the angle. Okay, all in champs. And so brute force champs I recommend on stream are always like Tristana and Kaisa and whatnot. And so in gold here, look, let's look in gold here. Okay, we'll do like gold, and then we'll do like NA, because we I mean NA, EUS, whatever, same thing, right? And then we look at like pick rate, and you're like, okay, I'm down for like Kaisa, I'm down for Zaya, I'm down for Tristana, maybe for Samir, Enjoyer. Like, these are the kind of champions I would suggest. Twitch, right? Someone who you can know your damage pattern, and if you spot lethal, go for it. Okay, so let's look at the video I have here today. And I remember playing this game on stream. Oh yeah, if you guys want to thank, if you guys really enjoy this video, you can thank Texin, Texxin, for it. He says, can I get a Kaisa game to show some brute force gameplay? And so that's why we are that's why we're making this video. Okay, we're gonna teach you guys how to do brute force gameplay. Okay, so here we have Kaisa Maokai versus Jhin Seraphine. Spoilers: the early game is a super disaster. Okay, and you guys are always like, oh my god, you know, what if I do if my support's like not doing well? What do I have to do if my solos are inting? Bro, I have like a Zeri top versus like Udyr, and then this Heimerdinger like starts feeding his mind off, and then like you'll see like Maokai like starts trolling. It's like crazy. Okay, so let's fast forward a bit to the action, and I'm going to show you guys how to carry with brute force in this game. And by brute force, I mean knowing how your champion does damage, okay, and knowing when to do said damage. I'm gonna hold this cat because she keeps going for the cables. Okay, anyways, in order to accomplish you doing damage, you must know when you need to do this. Okay, there's 2 parts to this. One is knowing how to not die to engage, right, so that you can do said damage. And 2 is actually doing the said damage. Maybe we flip the priorities around, because you need to know how your champion does damage, right? So for Kaisa, we're going to focus on proccing passive and landing W, because landing W will help you proc passive. Also, ISO Q will be also important when you have it upgraded as well. Okay, so ISO Q, preferably upgraded, and W into proc passive is how you're going to make plays. Okay, so here I'm pinging my Maokai. Bro, you gotta hit these minions to get the level 2, and he's refusing to like refusing to use his targets. I'm not really sure what's going on here. And then he even backed away. It was really crazy. We were getting level 2 and he ran away, right? Look, he got the I was getting level 2. Well, he didn't go for it in the first place, and he like ran away. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? So he needs to like fight. We need to fight with his level 2 here. But he doesn't realize that, and then he ends up just flashing for the engage here right when Jhin hits level 2. Is really, I'm not really sure what's going on here. But if you think it's not a real play, you don't have to follow. Okay, this is kind of troll. There is a universe where we can just all in Jhin, like fuck it, we just go. Especially since Jhin flashed incorrectly. But yeah, if you think it's just not possible, like if you're like, I don't know what's going on here, you don't have to follow. Okay, you can figure it out later in the Vod review. But here I'm like, okay, we're gonna use W to try and kill someone here. Okay, and so the guy I'm picking is Seraphine. He flashes out. Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna try and switch to Jhin. Spoilers: we Omega lose this. Okay, it's just a pure disaster. I'm looking like, how do I W this guy? It's not enough. We're dead. Double kill. Disaster. my support lost flash. It's like, it's super doomed, right? And this is where you guys are like, man, I can't play the game because my support plays like this, okay? Okay, so the first thing you notice when I'm coming back to into lane is their bot lane didn't crash the wave for whatever reason. I don't know. Okay, so what happens when you don't crash the wave? You lose a wave of golden XP, right? Because they didn't crash the wave, they lost that entire wave of golden XP. Because and now I get to do whatever I want with this. And so here we're pulling, Maokai is pulling the wave here, and this, what this does is it makes them come back bot fast. Because they need to crash this wave. They still need to crash this wave. Because if they don't, they're going to lose another wave of golden XP. Correct? So, this is what you do as a default. You pull the wave. You're not going to permanently freeze it here. That means you have zero pressure, right? It means that we're going to apply pressure by making it so that our minions are dying. They're losing golden XP. Okay? So you see here, I'm going to kill a bunch of these. I have no plans to permanently freeze this. And you'll notice that even though there was some kind of like really troll stuff happen level 2, I kept sums. You don't want to waste summoners unless you know for sure the outcome you're going to get is the one you want, right? Can't tell if using flash or cleanse is going to help. Don't use either, right? Oh yeah, here taking a little bit of a grenade bounce, not ideal. Here's the we're making sure we're trying to dodge as many abilities as possible. Here our jungle is here, and the reason why this is so good is because they need to crash, but I don't think they know, right? And so they have this like wave state that's like they just didn't do it. Look at this. They like didn't do anything for like the longest time. Look, they're gonna come to lane. They have to like try and crash this, and then they're like late. Jin's like not making a beeline for this. Walks away. I'm not sure what's going on. They're gonna try and crash this somehow or get this ward or something, right? But yeah, they're just like touching the minion without like securing vision. It's like in this elo, you guys need to figure out, if you need to crash, you need to figure out how to do it safely, okay? And you need to factor in the jungle, okay? So if you're stuck in this spot and you're like, damn, I gotta crash, but it looks really scary. You go get the vision first and then see how the enemy support reacts. Enemy support makes a beeline towards you, enemy jungle here, okay? Or enemy mid here or something, okay? And then you gotta run. But if they don't react, you can get the vision and then you can try and fix the wave, okay? So yeah, that's kind of how you would fix this kind of situation. You see how Jin just warded and then was like, yeah, I'm just gonna try and push the wave anyways. This is how they die. They give back a kill, right? Is lit. And here you don't want to try and take it, but if your jungle gets it, it's fine. And then I don't know what happened here, but somehow Maokai ends up dying. I don't even think that's possible here. I think Maokai just like walks into Jin and then eats his W and trap. I'm not really sure. Okay, so this, if you're wondering like what to do when your support's having a really bad game, this is a great example, right? Because Maokai is giving a lot of golden XP to the enemy ADC, right? So this is a perfect example. And here I need to crash, right? I need to figure out how to crash this. And then of course I'm like, okay, you know, support's dead. Literally just gave us vision. We're very safe here. We just crash this and then probably go home, right? Depending on what Jin does. But remember, at this rank, these guys don't freeze. Okay, if you're Jin here, you pull the wave, and the way you pull the wave here, let me get my pen out. The way you pull the wave here is ideally you don't let these minions get into tower, but the most important part is you don't let the range creeps die to the tower. So you can have the range creeps stand here by tanking them, like around here. Here's preferred spot, or here, or whatever, you know. A lot of people like to drag up, it doesn't matter. Don't let the range creeps die to the tower, and that's how you've created your good wave state, like I did up there, okay? Or I guess Maokai did it for me. So if he had done that, I would have had to stay and crash. Because remember, if you don't crash during that kind of wave state, you lose a wave. Agreed? And so here, I know you guys, I know we said we would prefer to base on cannon and in the last video, and I know we didn't base on a cannon here, but we crashed as big of a wave as possible so that we could go home. Okay, we try to buy as much time as possible. You're not always going to be able to get the perfect base on cannon, right? But remember, the idea is to make sure you lose as few minions as possible. And since we crashed a big wave, it took them a while to push this, which is why we're coming back and collecting all 6 minions. Despite the fact that I don't have boots 2 or any move speed abilities, and I still got the wave, right? So remember that. Crash a big wave, lots of time to do stuff. Crash small wave, no time to do stuff. Okay? I mean, here we're just trying to deny them from pushing Omega pushing, you know. Like here again, I'm showing you this apparently in gold, people don't know this at all. You just want this wave state always. Okay, it'll help you create a slow push. It'll keep you safe from a gank, right? You want to create this and then slow push back and build a wave. Okay, and the enemy is going to try and prevent this. They need a crash, and so they're never crashing, right? And this is an unfortunate 2v2 happens mid, completely not your fault. And then like your bot lane, enemy bot lane runs, not your fault at all. Okay, your mid jungler just lose the 2v2, and this is based off of because we lost the bot lane fights and yada yada yada. Okay, and our mid laner is calling for FF. Look at this. He's feeding. He's down infinite. He's down like 2 waves. He's down a level and a half probably, at least a level. Enemy mid has a kill. Enemy ADC has 4 kills. Enemy jungle has a kill and 2 assists. It's fucked. If you guys were playing this, you guys, I can't win. I don't know how to win from here. Okay, and from here I go 16-1. Okay, so let me show you how we do that. So we're here, we're building a slow push. Also, don't forget to mute anyone who's not being constructive in chat. It just distracts you from focusing on your own gameplay, right? And will prevent you from, like, let's say you get tilted from them saying like weird shit. Then when a good play shows up later in the game, maybe you'll get distracted and you misplay mechanically, right? So here we're trying to figure out a way to crash. We're gonna try and build up as big of a wave as possible until we think we can crash. You could have crashed on this. We did see them do dragon, and they are base after dragon because they didn't walk through the river to us. So yeah, but when in doubt, you just build another wave. I think we could have crashed on this, but I'm down to build another wave, right? So now next we're gonna crash. After crash, what are we gonna do? We're gonna ward as default, right? We have 2 wards here. Usually you don't want to sit on 2 wards if possible, because then you're not using your you're not getting your maximum ward value out of your trinket. And then you notice that it's never really plates. Plates kind of fake unless you are like unless you can omega play for plates. But we're Kaisa Maokai. We're not like, well, if you're at the tower, you're like diving them. Okay, or you're threatening dive. Here we're going for a deep ward. A lot of you guys would just like sit bot and like try and get plays. It's fake because how? Remember, you're gonna hit the tower. Jhin and Surfing are gonna hit you. How can Maokai ever help you? It's not possible, right? And in this way, we're getting the plants, and we spotted Lee Sin for our jungler, right? So here we have to be safe. I took cleanse for this very reason. TF is roaming bot with level 6. So anytime he has a timer, we should expect TF portal into gold card. Okay, and we have a plan for this. It's the cleanse. Okay, so if they gold card into Jhin W Seraphine double root, it will be a cleanse angle. Okay, that's our plan for the eventual fight that happens bot lane, right? Here we're back to business as usual. You're getting the minions after watching what Seraphine does with her abilities. You just toss them randomly. Oh, we have a nice little engage here. And notice how we are immediately committing, right? Because we just hit 6. Our bot lane wants to all in, okay? They are going to TF ult, because if you look mid, their enemy mid laner has prowl. So their best engage on you is going to be TF gold card into other CC. And you have a solution for this. It's cleanse. Okay, we have solved the how do we beat engage part. Okay, we have solved the I can't die part. I'm just going to cleanse. Now it's how do I do most damage? So if you didn't know, to do most damage on Kaisa is stack lethal tempo, proc passive, use W to proc passive. Okay, so RW combo and W flash will be your key mechanical ways to force hitting W on the enemy. Okay, on the enemy target that you want to kill. And then bonus points is ISO Q. But at this stage of the game, ISO Q is not as important because it's not upgraded. Okay, so we're looking for lethal tempo procs, and then RW or W flash. Okay, so as long as you have these 2 parts in mind, you just right click him, you cleanse, you RW, this guy's dead as hell. I even auto attack the minion, mechanical misplay, doesn't matter, right? And this is why lethal tempo is so good, and all in brute force is so good, is because in these little extended skirmishes, you have insane lethal tempo value, and since you have insane lethal tempo value, you have a lot of all in / cleanup value. And you see, after all has said and done, triple kill. Okay, and the first thing you do after these kinds of fights is you ask yourself, okay, where's the jungle? Who's missing on the map here? Okay, and so I think it's somewhat reasonable to assume that he's not here. Look at our vision. This is our deep vision from earlier. I do have an issue with this ward because it doesn't spot him coming from the red. So in fact, I should not touch this wave. Okay, because what happens if you touch the wave and Lee Sin shows up, he will kill you or get your flash, and then you lose the cannon wave because you pushed it and you didn't crash it. Okay, so what you do here is you instantly base, after attempting to pull the minions down so they push towards you, right? So they meet closer to the tower, it's going to push towards you. You either do that or you immediately base, or if you have vision on him, you can push and base with the extra gold. So here I said, you know what? I think this Lee Sin is not here because he never showed up to the fight. Fuck it. But this is actually an inaccuracy. I would not recommend you guys to push this. Do not instantly touch the wave after the fight is over. You must calculate to see if their jungle is here. This is an RNG gamble. Do not do this. I was gonna lose flash and a wave here if their enemy jungle was any good. Okay. So enemy jungle did the herald. I would like to note that he should be diving top instead of doing the herald here. Right, that would be better than doing the herald. So, you know, you guys are always saying, "Oh, enemy jungle is so much better than my jungle." Enemy jungle is like kind of trolling here. Okay, he did not get enough out of this cross map play. He should 100% be diving Zeri. I don't know what he's doing. Right, he just ward hop, flash kick, Q, insta kill. Right, I don't know what's going on here, but whatever. Okay, we had a base. Come back to lane. Lee Sin's making a play mid. We just saw the kick. So bots 2v2. Right, for however long. For the next 30 seconds, and like, okay, we can look for something here. Make sure you're dodging the Seraphine abilities. Notice how I'm coming to lane, and my first thought isn't necessarily I'm gonna fucking kill the minions. It's don't get hit by this Seraphine abilities. Easy, right? Like you lose the minion, you were never getting that minion because you were gonna get rooted, right? Don't worry about it. Like this is like these minions don't matter. Okay, your health priority, you're prioritizing your health matters more. Right, see, I'm like dodging the nades, I'm dodging the Seraphine abilities. Like, they can't touch me because all I'm focused on is dodging that stuff. Okay, and the CSing is just something I do when with the rest of my mental focus, right? Okay, so we see here Heimerdinger is dead again. So no one's surprised here. Oh, Seraphine's dead because we can W into proc passive and ISO Q. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but free kill. Both supports kind of making huge mistakes in this lane, but as long as you are not getting caught by their support, eventually your support will find something. I promise you. Okay. Imagine if I was like poked down to half. Maybe it was an angle for Jin to revenge kill me, right? But because you know we haven't been touched at all, Maokai finds a good engage, we instantly kill. And remember, like with this brute force method, you just need to know like how your champion does damage. Like you guys play Tristana, you guys play Zao, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like as long as you know how to do all in damage. Like even like for you guys who really like Caitlyn and Ezreal, you can play them. You just cannot miss a single ability when Maokai hits that W. Like if you're playing Ezreal and you have already missed your W, that's a problem. If you're playing Caitlyn, you've already missed your Q or you don't trap into Maokai Q, that's a problem. And you see how much more finesse it requires to like do your damage on those champions. It's like you can actually miss damage. With Kaisa, just hit the W. Cannot miss damage, right? Easy. Here we base to get our Q upgrade, right? I'm also looking at TF ulti cooldown with my cleanse cooldown. We needed like to burn another 20-30 seconds for our cleanse to come back. So I'm like, let's just base, right? We get the Q upgrade as well. It's very important. Huge power spike. Now we're looking for ISO Q is big damage, right? Big all-in damage. I'm not sure why Maokai W that. If you didn't know, the Targan's proc will execute, right? Okay, here we're ready to fight again because now we have cleanse, right? We saw a bunch of shenanigans happen top. Zeri's dead, right? So we will push this, right? And then go do the dragon, okay? And I would like to note that you saw in the other Caitlyn game, playing Caitlyn in gold, a lot of times we will default past the 10-minute mark to just immediately crash the wave every time. It doesn't have to be, but in cases where you need to move, like to move, help your jungle do the dragon, you should crash the wave and go help immediately, right? Okay, this looks like a fun little fight. Remember, we're looking for ISO Q and W to proc passive. That's all. Maokai is killing himself. I don't care. We will kite until we can do these two things. Ready? Stacking lethal temple. I'm ready. Q, W, one shot. GG. And then I have lethal temple ready. Oh, just go in. One shot everyone. And then target selection, you kill the guy who does the most damage, which is Jin here. And you see I flashed in a very specific spot to get that ISO Q damage. Ready? I'll show you. I flashed to a very specific spot. One where it cannot hit the TF. And you see it's very relevant. It was a very close fight. Right? Jin got me to 53. Right? He almost died to the ISO Q by itself, but he didn't. Right? So the more you can squeeze out of these fights, this is not squeezing water from stone like Caitlyn was. That's more finesse. This is taking a sledgehammer and bashing their face in with it. Okay, you just cannot miss with a sledgehammer. Okay. Here we insta base because you have no health. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try and stay. You stay forever, right? So we base, right? We probably write a pink ward here. We probably have some setup with Maokai. Oh, just kidding. I don't like pink wards apparently. But yeah, you see how we approach the fight. I'm not pressing buttons until I see the ISO Q angle and the W into proc passive angle, and I use both of them at least into one shot. Then R to finish off Seraphine. Then use my auto attacks on Jhin, and then find the flash ISO Q angle. Right? It's all very very structured gameplay. Nothing's like random. You know what I mean? I'm not like randomly killing people or whatever. I have a very specific idea of how I'm gonna do damage, and then I'm picking the target I want to do it on. This is why it's brute force, right? Okay, and then here come back to lane, instantly shove, and then go get vision, right? Default is shove, get vision. I remember this part. It's pretty funny. We have like, we're like pushing them in, so we're like full vision, we're like getting crab and stuff. And then sorry, don't do this if you're in goal and you're watching this, don't do this, okay? He pinks this immediately. So the only reason you would ever do this is your Lee Sin is ready to defend, because we're gonna push and go get that ward, right? So unless your jungle is gonna sit there and fight for that pink, that shit is gone. Okay, so if you watch here, I remember saying in game, I'm like, oh, these Sin's here or something, or they're just bad, or well, they just, I don't know, they just put the pink ward for fun. I'm just gonna get it. Fuck it, let's go get it. Maokai, come. We're gonna fight it. And I'm like, okay, Lee Sin, show yourself. So we don't see a Lee Sin. I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a free pink. Because you'll notice that when you go do this stuff, the only way they stop you is if, I guess Lee Sin could kidnap you, but you would normally see a reaction from their support to come help their jungle here. Right, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go at this, get this. Seraphine is not reacting at all. They are not planning to 3v3 or 3v2 at this tri-bush. It's just a free pink, so I just took the pink. Right. Notice here again, enemy TF is always pushing mid, but we have cleanse ready. Down to, I mean, he just pinked the guy, bro. What are we gonna do, guys? Tell me, what are we gonna do? What are we about to do? What are we about to do? I'm about to push and get it again. Okay, Seraphine thinks she can trade with me. Oh, TF does go for the port, but I have cleanse again. It's the same thing, right? So a lot of what we're seeing here, and of course you saw me just did I ISO Q him? I should have ISO Q'd him, right? Good. Cleanse, ISO Q, W, right? W to proc passive. Ideally, you do it when they have 4 stacks, because it does the most damage then. But whatever. And then here we're jumping in, use Q to finish her off, and then you just auto attack these people down. So it seems to me. In gold, both teams go for plays that do not exist. Okay, flash W level 2. I don't know what that was about. Especially it has no ignite, and then TF porting on bot when we have cleanse. So what you see is what you get in gold, right? So if they have a twisted fate, he doesn't care if you have QSS or cleanse. He's just gonna port on you. So you can use that to your advantage. They have, what is their most basic attack? Come up with a basic response, okay, and then prepare that solution for when they go for you, and then when they have failed engage, you just win the fight, right? That's exactly what it seems like to me in this rank, because both teams are doing some like crazy shit that don't make sense, right? Like it kind of makes sense, like, oh, we want to kill this Kaisa, so let's like TF ult on her, but they forget that I have cleanse, right? So yeah, as long as you guys are preparing like a basic solution, you're gonna be okay. Also, we can talk about this. You guys are always like, okay, how come we don't go for this next wave? Okay, going for this next wave, too deep. Okay, it's already too deep. They're respawning, and you need to, you already have a reset, and you need to go to one of these side lanes, right? So usually when you see, this is a pattern, usually when you do it like this, you immediately base, and you go to side lane, and then we out of here, right? Wow, the game ends in like another 5 minutes. That's crazy. So yeah, you can see how we're like, this method is super effective if you have like better PvP at this rank, right? If I'm playing Caitlyn, you saw like the Caitlyn game, right? It was very like controlled. It just like, we were squeezing the enemy team to death. They couldn't really do anything, and then I got strong and started killing them, right? This strat is like, we're like waiting for opportunity, but when the opportunity shows itself, we're gonna kill everyone. Right? When you see this, is a really good sign. The enemy jungle is farming mid. Hello. When you see this, the game's won. Okay. If you see this, think to yourself, we won. Okay. As long as you are getting the waves and one of their carries is not, it's GG in 5 minutes. okay? Or probably less than 5 minutes. So after waves, remember, we're going to go do something. They did not need our help on Herald, so we're going to do the red. After the red, we're going to go back mid. We talked a lot about this in the last two videos, honestly. But it bears repeating. Lee Sin jacks another wave. Okay? Yeah, this game is over. Like, yeah, I mean, if he jacks another wave, GG. I mean, I don't know what to say. And you can see, like, how do I have 10 CS a minute despite when Jin had 4 kills? He was 4-0. I have 10 CS a minute. He has 5 CS a minute, okay? You guys really need to fix the whole win lane, get 6 CS a minute. That's a huge problem with you guys, I think. So yeah, hopefully this game is giving you some ideas. And here we're gonna push and play safe. Like, you don't see us like running at TF. This is something you guys do too. I don't know what's going on, but you guys will see this TF and you'll like dash into him. Right, you're gonna dash into him, auto attack Q, W flash. Don't you think you're like really strong? You know, one shot him. Yeah, but we don't have a response to CC. Okay, so I'm thinking I don't have a response to gold card. No play. Right, because you know what's gonna happen is gonna be a gold card, Lee Sin, Q, ward hop, kick, kidnap into a Jin W. You're just dead. Okay, like there's a CC lock. Right. So when in doubt, like, you getting the wave is already winning. You don't have to do anything else, guys. We're Bing chilling, okay? Like, we're Bing chilling bot until we have cleanse, remember? And then we have cleanse, then we start baiting, right? When you have a mechanical response, a mechanical solution to their best engage, that's when you can start going for bait plays, okay? So here, I'm just getting the minions, bro. I'm happy. I'm happy getting the minions. We backing off. I could be 20-0. I'm still backing off probably, okay? Unless I literally kill TF and like 3 auto attacks or something, right? We're just chilling. Play nice and good. Play nice and what's it called? Structured, okay? Here, I don't know what they're trying to do here, but anyone who gets Maokai is dead. Yeah, Seraphine kills her. I don't know, bro. Like, here you could just go for anyone here. I immediately went for the wave. There was someone I could go for bot, but TF decides to fight me here. I decide to finally look, and then we just kill everyone here. I mean, this is. I'm not really doing anything special here. I'm right clicking at this point, right? I'm so strong. I'm just pressing buttons on them, right? Nothing to really think of here. Interesting, right? The interesting part about this was I went to immediately go for the wave. TF also went for the wave. I contested him immediately. Then when I saw an ulti angle, I took it for kills. Right, and you'll notice I didn't actually lose very many minions, if any minions, right? Oh, I go for fun play. Don't do this. It's just fun. I'm just trying to style on him. Okay, don't actually do this. You're just wasting subs for no reason, right? And then I'm like, fuck. I'm just like griefed my tempo. Do I just kill him, or I'm not really sure. Yeah, that was a fun play. Don't do that. I think this game was already over, so I was just like limit testing, right? Obviously you just like W flash in his face or something. Who cares? Honestly, it's probably not even worth it to cleanse or flash. This guy is like not worth anything. So yeah, anyways, go home, bye, GG, game over, right? Because at this point in the game, you should be so strong. All you have to do is exist, and they lose. Like, you don't even have to fight anymore. You just fucking exist. Any fight that breaks out that you show up to, they're all dead. Right? As long as you're not like getting caught or something crazy. You can take 4v5s at this point. I'm down to take a 4v5 if I can get my ISO Qs and passive procs, right? Oh, there's a video. There's actually a comment in YouTube that was saying, when do I take my jungle's camp? So here, I'm gonna hit her camps. She wanted it. It's fine. That's fine. Her camps, right? She can have it. That's fine, right? she was willing to give it to me, as you can see, but you know, you got better stuff to do. Just go push mid. Right? If it's not worth taking camps if your jungle's gonna get upset at you for taking camps. Oh, Maokai finds a nice engage. Very nice. Good sir. Good stuff. He's just dead. Don't waste ulti. And then from here you just push mid. I don't think they can really do anything here. Seraphine tries some like she just catch me surprise, but they're so weak at this point that I just don't care. And I would like to note that because you are in gold and people are not efficiently farming gold and XP and waves and stuff, you will actually be able to match their solos in XP and gold. Like, you see how I'm level 12 here, almost level 13, right? If you take a look at the scoreboard here, their bot lane's level 10. Oh yeah, if you want to base, spam back ping. I have no mana. We need to go home, right? There's nothing to do here. Like, if you take a look at this, your team is trying to do some like 4v5 play topside while TF is spawning and Heimer's bot. I don't really care what they're doing here. I'm just gonna go home, right? You guys are thinking like, oh, shouldn't you stay? You have like ulti and then maybe you can like press Q. Dude, if you like don't want to do this, you don't have to do this. Like, this is just I do not care about whatever this is. I'm just fixing my tempo here, right? They can do whatever they want. I don't care, right? That's the kind of mentality you should have. They want to troll, go for it, right? TF was spawning with ulti. We have no clans. Probably the fastest way to throw the game is give shutdown. You're gonna make an argument that we should be here, but realistically, your team should not be fighting here, so they're just all dead. Not your fault, right? You just go push top, right? You just go push top, and then you're making more than 10 CS a minute. Your whole team dies. Does it really matter? You're like level 13 here. You're stronger than everyone in the entire game, right? Here we don't stay top, we go back mid. This is what we talked about. If you're in a side lane, you're like, how do I fix lane assignments? Top 1 wave, go mid. And you'll see that we're in time for the mid wave. We got to farm 2 waves. Very nice. More than 10 CS a minute now. And then here, I'm on the way to get the Krogs. But at the same time, I see them go for Heimerdinger. I'm like, oh, I'm down, bro. I'm down. A 2v4? I'm down, bro. Right? So you're just going to watch us 2v4 here, and spoilers, after this, they're dead. If you want to learn how to do this, I guess I am Eing from barely out of vision to get the first auto on this TF, and then we can explain all this in a second, but I mean, I'm just right-clicking them, really. The only mechanic you need to know here is, this right click base is so good, by the way. You have infinite cooldown. You have no cooldowns. So here, E out of vision for the first 2 hits. You can ISO Q, but he was already dead. Then we're aiming Lee Sin, but I wasted W. It was pretty bad. And then auto attack cancel E. Okay, so what I mean by that is right after you auto attack, you should E. This will make best use of your auto attack cooldown. You don't want to auto attack, wait, and then E. Doesn't make any sense, right? You also don't want to just E first if you have an auto attack there. If they're in auto range, you're missing an auto attack. Auto attack cancel E. And you also want to auto attack cancel ulti. So right after you auto attack, you want to ulti. If you don't know anything of what I just said, go watch my Kaisa guide. It's still relevant. Here, we went for some kind of pseudo auto attack ulti. It wasn't really perfect, but it doesn't really have to be. And then we just right click everyone because we're so strong. Okay. Now, if we weren't so strong here, okay, the order of operations here would be find a way to auto attack E into Jhin, and then right out of invisibility, don't auto attack W first. Press Q, proc passive, then aim the Lee Sin. It's all about how can you hit the W on the target you're trying to kill, okay? So what I just said is auto attack, go invisible, sprint that Jhin, no minions in the way, W from invisible, very important, so they can't react with flash heal or whatever, then you get the proc passive, and he's dead. But in this case, he was just dead, so I didn't even have to do that, okay? And GG. That's GG, okay? Now, if it looks like this game was super easy, it is. There were only 2 to 3 critical moments in the game where there were turning points. One team started winning, one team started losing, right? And the turning points for us were when the enemy team tried to engage on us, but we had a response to their best engage. TF ult into Go card, into Jhin W, Seraphino, whatever. And we had cleanse, okay? And then the second part to these turning points is, do I know how to do my damage? Did I land my W on the target I wanted to kill? Yes. Did I get ISO Qs? Yes. And if you can accomplish this, you will kill the guy you're aiming, right? And then you do this enough times, and you get the 10 CS a minute that we talked about in the last 3 videos. You'll be so strong that no one can tank any rotation of your combo, right? You guys are like, okay, how do I fight like Fed, mid, top, whatever? Pretty sure this TF was strong, and Jhin was 4-0, and we still crushed them, right? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have questions, of course, let me know in the YouTube comments. I will be gone for a ski/snowboard trip starting tomorrow. I'll be gone for a week and a half, but I could be convinced to make videos while I'm on vacation. Let me know if you guys want me to make certain content, or if you guys want me to make some scuffed videos while I'm on vacation. I'm kind of down. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I stream at twitch.tv/xFSN Saber. If you guys want to watch me, I explain stuff / I will make YouTube videos on stream with you guys there. But yeah, that's probably the best way to ask questions and see some gameplay for yourself, right? And yeah, I guess that's all I have for you guys. So, oh fuck, it's 6 a.m. 6:15. I gotta sleep. All right, peace.